Hey everyone, welcome to Area 616. Despite it filming since December, we still know practically nothing about Season 2 of Iron Fist. By this time with Luke Cage Season 2, we knew about Nightshade and Bushmaster, and had a pretty good idea of even when it might come out, which was summer 2018, which we now know is June 22nd. With Iron Fist though, we don't even know if it'll be 2019 or 2018, and there's barely even been any casting announcements made. In fact, there's only been one, and even then the character and her role in the story was not revealed. That was Alice Eve. The only clue we have to her character's identity is Jeff Loeb saying she was intriguing and dangerous, but that's basically nothing. Since then, we have gotten a couple of set photos showing her appearing to be helping an injured Danny, so if she is an enemy, she at least hides it for a while. However, I have the theory as to who she might be, and with Season 2 of Iron Fist just recently wrapping production, I wanted to share it with you guys. This is my own theory. Really, there's been absolutely nothing to point towards all this. In fact, I probably would never have even had this theory if I hadn't read the recently released Iron Fist issue 79 and issue 80. Spoilers for these issues if you haven't read them, by the way. This issue is a tie-in to the supernatural event Damnation, which, long story short, basically has Mephisto taking over Las Vegas, so a new team of Midnight Suns bands together to stop him, led by Doctor Strange. This includes Iron Fist. In this issue, Danny is basically forced to take part in a fight club of sorts in Hell. The bargaining chip the demon Decay uses to get him to do this is the reveal that he has a chance to bring back his long-dead sister, Miranda Rand. I'm sure you can see where this is going. As previously stated, there's really nothing that points towards this being the case. It's just my own personal crackpot theory, but I think it makes sense and would provide for some interesting stories. Now, just some backstory on Miranda. While Wendell, the father of Danny Rand, is her father too, she's not the daughter of Heather, Danny's mother. Her mother was a citizen of Kunlun named Shakira. Wendell met and fell in love with her when he went to Kunlun himself. She ended up getting pregnant with his kid, but Kunlun's UT, Nuan, was in love with Shakira too, so he cast her and her daughter out, I guess. I'm just reading the Marvel Wiki page. I feel like he should have cast Wendell out, but whatever. Anyway, point is, Miranda did get training from a Kunlun master named Konal, and eventually met Danny after he had become the Iron Fist. She had taken on the code name Death Sting at this point. She did die, but as revealed in issue 80, the final issue of Ed Brisson's run on Iron Fist, Miranda is now officially back in action and will no doubt go on to play a pretty big role in future Iron Fist comics. So I think it's pretty likely that's who Alice Eve's character is, and I also think we could potentially take some stabs at Season 2's story if that's the case. Now, it's very notable that lately the Marvel Netflix shows have had a recurring theme of long-lost and or previously thought dead family members returning. There was Luke's brother, Diamondback, in Luke Cage Season 1, Jessica's mother, Elisa, in Jessica Jones Season 2, and in Daredevil Season 3, Joan Wally has been cast as Maggie, Matt Murdock's mother, who was teased at the end of The Defenders. Even in Luke Cage Season 2, Luke will be reuniting with his father, who wasn't technically long lost or dead, but you get the point. So really, it kind of makes sense for Iron Fist to be next, and I also just think it would be a good direction to take the character in. Season 2 of Iron Fist presents the frankly enormous challenge of getting people interested in this show again. So they're going to have to try some stuff to get it going. Now obviously I think things like more of Kunlun, the costume, those are important, and both of those are things that have been promised for this season. But I think it's especially important to make Danny a likable, sympathetic character in Season 2, which is unfortunately something he's not really been so far. And bringing a previously unknown sister into the picture would help with that. Now, as far as how this could tease the story, or more specifically the villains, there are two characters that come to mind in association with Miranda Rand for me. Nuan, the UT, and then the Hilthri, which I could be mispronouncing. Now, I could just be pulling this out of nowhere, but I have a distinct memory of Nuan turning out to be corrupt and basically a bad guy, which I feel like would be a really neat addition to Iron Fist Season 2. Many people wanted to see more of Kunlun next time, and what better way to explore the realm and its people than to have Iron Fist against a corrupt leader in Kunlun. I do honestly believe it's very likely we'll get the UT this season. It just makes a lot of sense. As for the Hilthri, this one's admittedly kind of unlikely. The Hilthri were the original inhabitants of Kunlun. They're a race of plant-like creatures, basically. However, over time, Kunlun was taken over by the humans who inhabit it today, leading the Hilthri to grow a deep hatred of them and vow revenge. The connection to Miranda here is that they were actually the ones who killed her in the comics. Now, it is admittedly difficult to imagine Marvel Television being brave enough to allow their showrunners to use these kinds of villains, or even their budget being able to afford it, but it is something I'd like to see, even if it requires a little bit of reimagining. The reason I've considered these characters an option is because, and I could seriously be mistaken here, but I seem to remember it being implied that the Hand is just as perplexed as to what happened to Kunlun as Iron Fist is, implying whatever has happened, it's not them. They're not responsible. So if it's a previously unheard of ancient force, aka the Hilthri, then that would explain it. Also, while I thought the Hand was awesome in Daredevil Season 2, after that they just became incredibly lame, like really bad, just so boring. So if I'm being completely brutally honest, I'm personally kind of wanting a bit of a break for them for a bit. Having a more supernatural villain for Season 2 of Iron Fist would, in my opinion, help to regain interest in the series and set it apart from the rest of Marvel Television's efforts. It would really just make it more interesting. But what do you guys think? Do you think Alice Eve could be playing Danny Rand's sister in Iron Fist Season 2? If not, who do you think she's playing? How likely do you think it is that we could see someone like the Hilthri in Season 2? Let me know your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.